Hello guys, I gave an interview in a company called Indigene Limited, and that company is located in Bangalore, and the interview date was the 27th May 2025. So this is the third part of this interview. So they asked me how to load helpers in Laravel. So I said using built-in helpers. So no need to load anything if we are using the built-in helpers like Laravel's built-in helpers like route, asset, URL, view, etc. are available globally by default. Second is loading custom helpers. So if you create your own helper function, you need to load them manually. Like step, create a helper file. So inside the app folder, you have helpers.php file you have to create. Then function greet name, return hello name. Load the helper file automatically. Composer.json and add your helper file under the autoload file section. So autoload file app slash helpers.php. So run composer dump autoload. Use your helper anywhere. Echo greet John. So output will be the hello John. So alternative, load helper file in service provider. In a service provider's boot method, app service provider, public function boot, inside that require one's app path and then the file helpers.php. So summary is type and how to load. If built-in helpers are we are using, so it will automatically available or automatically load. If you are creating the custom helpers, add file in composer JSON or load manually in the service provider and inside that we have boot method and inside that we have to load this helpers.php. Okay, so echo versus print. In PHP both echo and print are used to output text. So echo versus print. Echo lang type language construct, print language construct. Second, returns. Echo returns no return values, print returns 1. Speed slightly faster. Echo speed is slightly faster, print slightly slower. Usage, echo can output multiple values, print only one value at a time. Parenthesis optional in echo, print optional. One to one, one to many, and has one, has many. They asked me the another question. Okay, so in PHP, when working with the frameworks like Laravel or using object oriented or relational mapping ORM concepts, relationships like one to one, one to many, and has one, has many are used to define how tables, that is models, relate to the each other. So here is a quick explanation for each. One to one, has one or belongs to, meaning one record in a table is related to exactly one record in another table. Okay, again, one to one record in a table is related to exactly one record in another table. Example, user has one profile table, users table, profile table with user underscore id as foreign key. User model, public function profile, return this has one profile double colon class. Profile model, public function user, return this belongs to user double colon class. One to many, has many belongs to, meaning one record in a table can be related to multiple records in another table. Example, post has many comments tables, post table, comment table with post id as foreign key. Post model, public function comments, return this has many comment double colon class. Public model, public function post, return this belongs to post double colon class. Third, many to many belongs to many, meaning many records in one table relate to many records in another table via pivot table. Example, student belongs to many courses. tables, students courses, course student pivot table with student ID and course ID. Student model, public function courses, return this belongs to many course double colon class. Then course model, public function students, return this belongs to many student double colon class. 26. Rebase command in Git. So git rebase. The git rebase command is used to reapply commits on top of another base commit. Clean up commit history. Avoid unnecessary merge commits. So command rebase used in cases. Update your feature branch with latest main branch changes. Git checkout feature branch. Git rebase main. This moves your feature branch to the latest commit of main, applying your feature commits on top of it. Interactive rebase example, to squash or edit commits. Git rebase I had 3. This opens a prompt to squash, edit or reorder the last 3 commits. Abort a rebase. Git rebase double colon abort. Be careful, avoid rebashing shared branches. Example, main develop it, rewrite commit history. Always use it on your local branches to tidy up before pushing. So summary is command and description. Git rebash main, rebash current branch onto main. Git rebash I had an interactive rebash edit squash. Git rebash double colon abort, cancel the rebash. Git rebash double colon continues after resolving conflicts. Another question they asked to me, major changes in Laravel or in the latest Laravel. So latest Laravel is the latest 12 or the Laravel 12. So here is a simplified summary of the major changes in the Laravel 12. So top new feature in Laravel 12, new starter kits, replaces Breeze and Jetstream. Modern front-end with the React, Vue or Livewire, built with the Tailwind CSS plus TypeScript. Second, cleaner project structure, more organized folders, easier to manage large apps. Third, better commands, create model migration controller in one command. Example, PHP artisan make all post. Smarter queries, easier handling of complex queries with the nest where, more readable and efficient database code. Fifth, stronger security, new secure validate for better password and input security. Sixth, improve API support, easier API versioning, custom rate limits per user IP, etc. Better API docs, Postman, Swagger. 7th, faster testing and debugging, new test helpers, better error message, easier to write tests, eloquent ORM boosts, easier relationship handling, custom casts for model attributes, and better easier loading. Queue and job improvements, better job batching, job priorities, works great with the Redis, SQS, etc. DevOps friendly, better Docker support, CI/CD integration like GitHub Actions, infrastructure as code support. 11th, artisan upgrades, more powerful custom commands, better input handling in CLI. So requirement for the Laravel 12 is PHP 8.2 plus and Laravel 12 is a stable developer friendly update. They asked me another question, cache concept in PHP. So caching is a technique in PHP and other language to store data temporarily so it can be accessed quickly without recalculating or refreshing it. It significantly improves the performance and reduce server load. So simple concept of cache in PHP, when a user visits a page without cache, PHP runs all code, queries DB and generate HTML every time. With cache, PHP checks if a saved version exists and shows it directly, skipping all processing. Why use cache? Speeds up page loading, reduce CPU DB usage, save hosting server cost, better user experience. Type of caching in PHP, type what is store and example use. Opcode cache, compiled PHP code, example APCU OP cache default in PHP 7 plus. File cache, what it store HTML or JSON files. Example stores rendered page data. Memory cache, key value in RAM, Redis memcache. Type database cache, what is stored database query results. Example cache heavy SQL queries. Type object cache, what it stores PHP objects or array. Example used in memory caching in app. So popular PHP cache tools: OP cache built in from PHP 7 plus, APCU shared memory cache, Redis memcached RAM based, fast, great for large scale apps. Laravel cache uses Redis file database etc. And Symfony cache component. So best practice cache data that doesn't changes often. Example menus blog posts. Use cache expiration to keep data fresh. Invalidate update cache when original data is changed. Monitor cache size and memory usage. Page cache in coordinator 4 in controller public function index. Cache the page for 10 minutes. So this cache page and use 600, that is in seconds. So return view home. In app config and inside the cache.php choose the handler. Public handler equal to file or Redis memcached. Data cache in coordinator 4. Example caching database results. Cache config services :cache. So key is equal to product list. Data is equal to cache get key. If data equal to null, not in cache, fetch from database. Data this product model find all. So cache save key data 300. Cache for 5 minutes. Returns view product data. Cache driver support you can use. File default Redis memcached. Writable cache folder for the file based cache. Configure in the app config cache.php. Clear cache. To clear data cache config service :cache. Cache delete product list. Clear specific. Cache clean, clear all. To clear page cache, delete files in writable cache. Best practice: use page cache for static pages like home about. Use data cache for database intensive logic like dashboard states. Set expiration time wisely. Clear or refresh cache when source data updates. So cookies versus cache versus memcache. What are the comparison in these three? So what is this? Cookie, small data stored in browser. Cache, temporary storage browser server. Memcached, a RAM based caching system. Purpose: cookie, store user data like login preference. Cache, speed up app by avoiding repeated work. Memcached, cache data or object in the RAM for speed. Third, storage location. Cookies, browser client side. Cache, browser server file DB. Memcached, server RAM runs as a service. Who uses it? Cookies, browser and server via headers. Cache, front-end browser cache or backend PHP. Memcached, backend user by PHP, Python, etc. Has expiry? Cookies, yes, set per cookies. Cache, yes, set per item or auto evicted. Memcached, yes, set as per item or auto evicted. Size limit. Cookies, 4 KB per cookie. Cache depends on storage type, MB is possible. Memcached, around 1 MB per item. Total size depends on configuration. Best used for cookies: remember user preference. Cache page queries or views. Memcached, cache database result session data API. So use when cookies. When should you use cookies? You need to store small user data like login token language. Cache file browser. You want to avoid regenerating pages or reacquiring database. Memcache. You need super fast server side caching, especially for large complex apps. Example: cookies. Set cookie user name Chandra time plus 3600. So store in the browser. Cache coordinator for file cache. Cache config service double colon cache. Cache save key dollar data 600 store in the file or Redis etc. Memcached in coordinator. Enable memcache in the app config cache.php. Public handler memcache. Okay. So use it cache config service double colon cache. Cache save user data user 300 store in the RAM. In short, cookies browser side small data, cache temporary stored data anywhere, memcache ultra fast server RAM cache for backend data. Another question they ask me: session. So session stores server side for the logged in user. Another question they ask me: how to load helpers in CodeIgniter. So first of all, helpers are the ready-made functions to help you perform simply tasks quickly, like creating links, form, or handling files. So how to use a helper, load a helper, tell CodeIgniter which helper you want to use. So this load helper URL, load the URL helper. Use helper function. After loading, just call the helper functions. Example: using helper URL from the URL helpers. Echo base URL about. So output will be the your website.com/about. Common helpers example: URL helpers. Helper helps create links and manages URLs. This load helper URL echo base URL home. Form helpers helps make form faster. This load helper form echo form open user submit echo form input username echo form close. Text helper shorten long text. This load helper text echo word limiter. This is very long sentence 3. So output will be this is a and dot 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 dot, because we have keep the limiter 3, so it will show only 3 words. Auto loading helpers. To always load a helper automatically, edit application config autoload.php and add the helper's name. So autoload helpers, inside that you have to use the URL or form. So that's it. Helpers are just tools to make coding faster and easier. So how to load helpers? Load a single helpers. Use load helpers in your controller or model. This load helper URL. Now you can use helper function like echo base URL about. Load multiple helper. This load helper URL and form. Auto load helpers. If you want to help us to always load automatically, open the application config autoload.php, find the section autoload helper equal to null equal to nothing, then add your helpers. So autoload helper URL and form. So this will load the helpers every time the application runs. So that's it. Helpers make your task easier and faster. So how to declare helpers? Step 2: create and use a custom helper. Create a helper like navigate to application helpers, create a new file, for example my underscore helper.php. Ensure the file name ends with underscore helper.php. Write function in the helper. Inside my helper.php, define your custom functions. PHP. If function doesn't exist, greet user, then function greet user name, return hello. Load the helper in your controller or model. This load helper my. Now you can use the greet user function like this. Echo greet user zone, output hello zone. Autoload helper optional. Open application config autoload.php, autoload helper my. So key point: always use if function doesn't exist function name to avoid conflicts. Helper files should not contain classes, only functions. So this is the end of the third part of the interview. So the company name was the Indigen Indigene Limited, Bangalore, and the interview date was the May 27, 2025. I will share you more interview question. Till then, bye.